Hey, and welcome back once again to Everyman Driver. I'm Dave Erickson. So glad you're watching this week. We are in Santa Monica, California, test driving the all-new 2016 Volvo XC90. And today we're in the T6 all-wheel drive. Yesterday we were in the T8. The difference is the T8 is a plug-in hybrid, whereas this is a 2-liter 4-cylinder, and it has either a supercharged or turbocharged direct injection engine, and this one has 316 horses, 295 pound-feet of torque, whereas the T8, oh boy, 400 horses and 472 pound-feet of torque. Left. And as you just heard, I have my navigation set because I'm on a 4-hour drive today from Santa Monica up to Ojai, Thousand Oaks, already went through Ventura, and I'll be heading back to Santa Monica. So really great chance to drive this car. Lots to talk about. Let's get started. Got this navigation system set up here where we've got our destinations preset in the infotainment screen, and I've got a heads-up display that says I'm turning left right now onto North Ventura Avenue. I'm 3 miles away from Ojai. Ventura is 12 miles that way. So intuitive, this navigation system. You have it here in the instrument cluster, the map and directions, as well as the heads-up display and on the center stack. You know, I've been winding through the roads above the Pacific Ocean, and this really handles nicely. There are a couple of different driving modes, and I have this dial over here. There's Eco for efficient driving, Comfort for everyday use, and Dynamic, which is high performance. And I opted for the Dynamic high performance through the hills to get a stiffer and firmer feel with the suspension and the steering wheel, and it made a huge difference. You can definitely tell the difference between the performance or dynamic and the comfort. A big difference completely, with the RPMs jump up quite a bit, and then the steering wheel really tightens up. Now, one of the big selling points for this vehicle and Volvo in general is safety. They've really got some nice aspects I think are great selling points for the Everyman driver and beyond. They've got adaptive cruise control, so you can set the distance between you and the vehicle in front of you. There's auto steering, so there are a couple of lane lines here in the instrument cluster, and if I take my hands off the wheel, this will kind of stiffen up and vibrate right now, and I've been brought back in between the white line and the yellow line, and this is a huge safety issue. I'm going down the road, if I look off to the right, look off to the left, and for some reason if I drift a little bit, the steering keeps me within the lanes nice and safe. Also, with this adaptive cruise control, there's a lane departure warning, and there's a light that goes on in the side mirror as opposed to the A-pillar, and they've moved it out there a little bit, and so that's where you see that. But this car is almost self-driving, which is kind of exciting, because you set your adaptive cruise control, and the car in front of you, if it slows down, it slows down. I've got these lane lines over here, so I won't veer away because the steering wheel will tighten up and keep me within my lane. And there's this automatic braking as well, like auto braking. So if you're coming to a stoplight and the car in front of you is slowing down, this car will slow down as well. And I've even had an alert. I was going around some windy roads, and there was a car pulled off to the right, but because the line of sight of this vehicle to the car that was parked, it flashed a light that said, you know, there's a danger because the car is up in front of me. So this really takes care of you. Something else I've really been able to experience, especially on this longer drive, is the different seating positions and options. There's a driver's seat lumbar. There's also a cushion extender. And as I go up to one more, there is side bolsters, so you can adjust those in and out. And I've already extended my lower seat here for the cushion extender to make it even more comfortable. But the whole idea is to keep you as fresh as possible on those long road trips, so you're not tired when you get out of the car after driving for 2 to 4 hours. In my T8 video, we talked about the infotainment screen and how it looks like a mini iPad, and it's divided into sections, and there's a lot of swiping that goes on. You can, it's almost like an iPad or a smartphone where you can put your finger at the very top and drag it down, and you can see different options, settings, map, route, traffic, guidance, and so on. And then also, once you close it out, you can go left and right and see other buttons that you don't necessarily need to see right now. So these are kind of buttons that are secondary, so everything you need to see is on your main screen, and the goal is here to keep your hands on the wheel and have what's immediately important in front of you, whether there's a heads-up display, all the controls on the steering wheel, as well as the instrument cluster. Everything that you need is right in front of you, and then if you have to, there are other options, other features that you can swipe left and right on the infotainment screen that are secondary. Something else I think you might appreciate is how quiet the cabin is, not only here around town as I come into some smaller communities, but also on the highway. I'm driving at 65 miles per hour along with traffic, and it's like I'm gliding along the roadway. There's very little distraction at all in terms of noise. I'm also very happy with the visibility inside, especially from the driver's seat. A lot of glass, a lot of window space, and the panoramic sunroof is a nice feature as well, going all the way back to the second row. This is a 3-row passenger SUV, and when you fold down the back row and the third row, you're looking at 85 cubic feet of volume for storage, so tons of space to haul whatever you need. So who is the audience for the XC90 T6 or T8? Gosh, it could be your young professional, young family, older family, everyman driver, every woman driver. I really feel like it crosses a number of demographics and age groups, and with safety as their #1 goal for Volvo. In fact, they say by 2020 they want no fatalities or major injuries in a Volvo by 2020. You know that's a big focus and a great selling point. The 2016 Volvo XC90 T6 comes in a couple of trim levels. The price for the MSRP is between $50,000 and $56,000 depending on which trim level you go with and which extras you add on to it. It is absolutely worth a test drive. It will be in dealerships as of this month, May, as well as June, so then you can get your hands on one. Until next time, I'm Dave Erickson. Thanks so much for watching. We'll see you next time.